Okay, and we are live. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So let's get into it. Plenty of things to go through on tonight's show. First and foremost, let's get looking at the seals. The seals is where it's really at the moment, and there is plenty of movement, plenty of development happening on the seal front. I can see Luman down in the chat. Good to see you, Luman. Hope all is good with you, man. So let's get looking at these seals. Let's get talking about what's happening. Where do we sit at the moment? So, coming in from Laurie Whitwell of The Athletic, Ten Hag would ideally like to keep a hold of McTominay, but an offer of more than £40 million would be accepted. Maguire's situation is much more open, and talks are ongoing with West Ham. That's kind of the situation we found ourselves in last night, and we know further discussions have been taking place today. We know there has been further movement today on that transfer front. So I'm not too concerned about this. I would like to sell McTominay. I really would, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I think Maguire is the more important player for us to sell. Absolutely no doubt in my mind about that. Maguire, we've got the wages, we've got the issues of the pitch, we have the history on the pitch, and we have the fact that he is really unsuited to playing for this United team. He really is. So I think it makes all the sense in the world, hopefully, to sell Harry Maguire. And £30 million, as West Ham have offered, it's a good offer. It's a good bid. I hope United really strongly consider taking that offer. Bodie is down there. Mr. Phil as well. Good to see you, man. Thanks for hopping in. Good evening to you guys as well. So where do we stand on this? How do you guys feel? That's what we want to know tonight on the show. So, Manchester United and West Ham are not too far away for agreeing a deal with Harry Maguire. There is optimism a deal will be done, coming in from Melissa Reddy of Sky Sports News. So, it's looking good, guys. It really is. It is looking positive on this Harry Maguire front. And this is a seal I've wanted all summer long. I really have wanted this for a long time, and I didn't think we were going to get there. I really didn't. A lot of me thought that we would just simply take Maguire. He's happy to be here, I guess. He's going to stay. But no, it does look like he is going, and I'm over the moon. I really am. Lucky Sings in the comments. Good to see you, Lucky. Hope all is good, man. But I'm feeling good. Niall is down there, saw ourselves in Dublin. Get rid of Maguire and get Johnny Evans in his cover for starting centre backs. It's not the worst idea. It really isn't. And look, I'll say this about Maguire. He's not a bad centre back. He's just not a United centre back. West Ham, he will do fine if he's in the box and told head the ball out, tackle the guy when he comes near you. Don't worry about playing nice fancy passes. Don't worry about being on the halfway line. Just defend your penalty box. He'll be fine. He will be fine. And they probably will be asking, why did we get rid of Maguire? Because that's the level of analysis we get. Luman says West Ham are desperate for both. Let's play smart here. Nothing less than 70 million. I think we have to look around that figure. I really do. I did see, let me see, coming in from Sky Cava, West Ham would have to pay £85 million to sign both Maguire and McTominay in a double deal. I don't think we're going to get that much. I really don't. I think 60 to 70 is very fair. I think it's far more likely that Harry Maguire goes. There seems to be a lot more discussions, negotiations going on. That's going to be more likely. It really is, because with Maguire, they're around about £5 million from United's asking price. With McTominay, it's 15 million. That's a big gap to bring up. It really is. Mr. Phil said Maguire should go, please. Look at that pass. He played on Sunday. Let us get Tobido. Yeah, man, look, I saw it in the flesh about 4 rows from the pitch. It wasn't great, man. It really wasn't. Lucky saying breaking news: West Ham will not offer any more than 30 million. Jeremy says, I hope you're well. Yeah, I'm good, man. The open heart surgery requested by Ranjik, my form by Ten Hag, is happening much faster than expected. I'm excited for the season. Yes, I'm excited for it as well, guys, and that's why I'm asking you guys on the poll, because I am going to shoot a video tomorrow doing Premier League predictions. What do you guys think? Where's United going to finish? Will we be title challengers? Will we be top 4? Will it be Europa, or will it be Conference? I think we're going to be somewhere between top 4 and title challengers. I think 3rd position, maybe 2nd position, so long as we improve points wise. Last year we got 75 points. Let's try and make up another 9 points, another 3 wins across the season. That probably brings you into title contention. Ashid, good to see you, man. Hope all is good. Luman is saying, why did Chelsea want to win the league? Oh, the lucky, I don't know, man. But he's saying, really hope we get Tobido. I watched the highlights and he's really surprised me. Very, very good player. Very good on the ball. Very good defender as well. I think there's a lot of positives with Jean-Claude Tobido. I think he would really suit playing alongside Lisandro Martinez. Would be a very good backup to Rafael Varane, who will be injured, who will need rest. So it makes all the sense in the world to me, guys. It really, really does. And I think that's a smart move. So in terms of the players coming in, we want Amrabat, we want Tobido. This coming in, Alfredo Padilla is saying, of course, that Manchester United, that is the targets for the rest of the window. I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to work that out. I don't think you need to be a journalist to know that United want Tobido and Amrabat. That seems to be where we're going. That seems to be what we want. If we want to do that, we need to go for sales. We need to sell, sell, sell. And I said at the start of the week, I said maybe on Saturday night that this would be a big week for United in terms of sales. It could be an absolutely massive week. It's starting to turn out the way that we wanted it to. It really, really is. So except for Maguire, except for McTominay, we have an update coming in first and foremost on Donny van de Beek from Mundo Deportivo in Spain. So they're saying United will only allow Van de Beek to join Sociedad on loan if it includes the obligation to buy. So we're looking to get rid of Donny van de Beek. Not a bad move in my opinion. In terms of other sales, we have Fred as well. So coming in from James Svav, I can't even say the guy's name. It's like Sevrunda. I did check it out. He works for Sky Sports. So he has said that Fulham have reopened talks with Manchester United for Fred. So both those players look like they could be sold. Maguire and McTominay look like they could be sold. Eric Bailly needs to be sold. Hopefully we move Dean Henderson on as well. That could be over £100 million in sales. That could be an Amrabat. That could be a Tobido. That could be even another experienced striker. I don't know. There is options to play there. Alexander is saying as well, Maguire should go already. Let Manchester United accept the offer and move him along. He should be forcing a move to Dave. His Man United career, what a pass against Bilbao, though. Maguire is a legend. I think the guy's just got to go. I do agree with you. Liman saying, any hopes for Harry Kane? I don't think so. I think Kane seems to have accepted his fate, that his destiny, that he will be at Tottenham Hotspur again this season. I don't think it's going to happen for the man. But drop a like in the video, guys. We're up to 18 likes. Drop a like if you think Manchester United should be selling Harry Maguire and McTominay this week. I think it could happen. I think Maguire's far, far more likely. But both would be amazing. It really, really would. So, in terms of what everybody else is saying, this is, of course, the big story at the moment. So, coming in from the London Standard, Harry Maguire is ready for a new challenge. He's excited by the prospect to play under David Moyes at West Ham, and that's good. I'm not looking just for the fee. I'm not just looking at bids going in. Something we need to do, and something that has to happen for Maguire to be sold, is he has to be willing to go, and that has been the concern all window long. In the last couple of days, since this West Ham interest has really become concrete, all of a sudden he does seem more interested. And I don't think West Ham's a bad move. They will pay him good money. They are in the Europa League this season. It's not a bad move for Harry Maguire. It's really not. And Mr. Phil says we need another striker. Yes, I would agree with that. I would like to see someone more experienced, a different profile come in. Definitely could be really good. Total Football, good to see you, man. Maguire. I was wondering what that said. I was wondering what it said. And Alexander said, should United sell McTominay, Maguire, Ten Hag should get Amrabat and another defensive cover? He should. I think it's going to be Amrabat. I think it's going to be Tobido. That seems to be the way we're shaping up. I don't mind that. I think Tobido's a very good centre-back. I think Amrabat is going to be brilliant in this team if and when he comes, and it's really going to help Manchester United on the pitch. It's going to give us that depth that we need. It's going to give us that quality we need, and that's only going to make United better. And I think that'll be massive on what I've asked you guys in the poll as well. If we upgrade the squad, upgrade the depth, that means that we're all of a sudden we're not just winning matches when we're not playing 3 matches a week. We're not just playing well when it's 1 match a week. We can go and compete in all competitions and keep a high level of football, high level of energy, and that's going to be so, so important. We've seen it last season. This United team got burnt out. We were absolutely on the floor, and it took until the end of the season for Manchester United, where we had one match per week, to really start to look like we're playing better football again. Lucky Singh is saying deal coming soon. Jeremy's asking, does Keane not forcing a move make him more appealing as a class professional, or does it make him seem complacent? To be fair, I know there's only so much he can do. It's a good point. It really is. On one hand, you want to see Harry Kane really make the push. You want to see him go for his career. But in the same hand, I feel like he's always been a cautious kind of guy. He's probably always had the opinion that if the deal goes wrong, he's burning his bridges at the club that he's played his entire career at. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think he'll always be more inclined to go to the Premier League side, but it comes down to Levy selling. It comes down to Spurs selling. If he goes for free next year, that is going to be the craziest market maybe in recent times. It really, really is, because you could see Mbappe go for free. You could see Harry Kane go for free in the one transfer window. So that's going to be an interesting one next year. 36 votes on the poll as well, guys. 50% of you guys think we can challenge for the title. 41% are going for a top 4 finish. So pretty much 9 out of 10 of you guys think, yes, we're going to finish somewhere in the top 4. Maybe push on for the title. That's the confidence. That's what I think we have to be going for. Freddie is saying, let's keep Pellistri and promote him to the first team. Give some competition for Anthony, just like we did with Garnacho on the left wing. It's not a bad idea. I think if Amad Diallo is going to be out for a long period of time, that's, again, not a bad idea. Personally, I think he's going to go on loan. I think that's just how I rate the situation, but I would be more than willing to keep him if he plays enough matches. Absolutely. Update coming in from Sky Sports Seth. So he is saying, West Ham are close to a compromise for Harry Maguire, much more close than Scott McTominay. So, guys, I'm feeling really good about this. This Harry Maguire seal, the one we've wanted all summer long, it's here. It really is. And I'm sure you guys are absolutely ecstatic with this. I'm sure you guys are so happy with this move. Ronald is saying, tell me more about Amrabat and Greenwood. Okay, I can give you some Amrabat information. I've nothing on Greenwood other than the fact that we know for a fact there's meant to be an announcement made on his future before the Wolves match, which is on Monday. So maybe it's a weekend thing. I don't know. This did come in. Fabrizio Romano said it last week. So I'm going to take Fabrizio. I think there will be some sort of decision made. It's just about when we're going to find out what the club are going to do. In terms of Amrabat, there's a lot we can talk about. First and foremost, personal terms are agreed. We have that side of the deal done. Contract agreed. Wages agreed. We basically just have to go to Fiorentina when we have the money and put the bid in to sign Amrabat. He's only got a year left in his contract. They want to sell, and he only wants to come to Manchester United. So it's gonna happen so long as we get these sales done. If it's Fred is 100% going to go, according to Fabrizio. We have Van de Beek very likely to go to Real Sociedad. Loan to buy looks most likely. Maguire's come out of nowhere. We are closing in on that sale. It's fantastic news for Manchester United. An update coming in from Claret and Hugh as well here, and this is on Scott McTominay now. Manchester United are prepared to soften their 45 million valuation of Scott McTominay if West Ham or another club can agree to £10 million in add-ons. That would include finishing in a European place or a domestic cup over the next 5 seasons. So maybe we're going to be add-ons FC, but I would take 30 million plus 5 plus 10 if that's what it's going to be for Scott McTominay. Absolutely. I think we'd be crazy not to take it. I really don't. Alexander says, what's the latest on Greenwood? If all were equal, he and Pellistri would give Ahmad a run for his money and explode on that right wing. United need to offload Martial and get another striker as well. We don't know what's happening on Greenwood. It's going to happen soon. This announcement will come. Romano said it last week. Expect it sometime this week was what he said. So we are on Tuesday? So we might see it on Friday. We might see it Saturday, Sunday. It's going to happen before that Wolves match next Monday night. So today's the 8th, so it's expected sometime within the next 5 or 6 days. So that's all we can really go off. And of course, we will be live to react to it as soon as it comes out, guys. So if you guys do want to stick around for that, make sure to drop a sub on that one. Plenty of stuff to go through here as well. So United prepared to soften that bid. I'm happy with that because £45 million, that's ridiculous for Scott McTominay. An amount we absolutely should be selling for less. I think £30 million, that's a fair valuation for Scott McTominay. But let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Can see almost 60% of you guys on the poll as well going for Manchester United being title contenders this year. That's an interesting one. I love the confidence. I really hope we're up there. I think we can be up there. Let's find out how we're going to do. Everything starts next week, starts on Monday. That's going to be the big one. An update coming in from Fabrizio Romano on Jean-Claude Tobido as well. So Tobido is Manchester United's priority target. He's not the only one on the list if Maguire leaves. As revealed 2 days ago, contacts have already took place between Tobido and Manchester United. They are in contact. So the groundwork's being put down for this. I would expect Maguire to go. I really would. I don't see him coming back from this situation, in my opinion. Any more thoughts, guys? Make sure get them in down below as well. And big ups, guys. We're up to, what, 19 likes? So thanks very much for that. So, I have to say, guys, feeling really, really good about Manchester United at the moment. Good couple of weeks. One big concern I've had is the Seals, and I've been saying this for a while. The Seals have been holding back what we have been doing in this transfer window. It's been holding back the successes of this transfer window. But if we can move these players on, guys, move on McTominay, move on Maguire, that's going to be massive. If we sell Van de Beek, if we manage to get rid of Martial, that is absolutely fantastic for Manchester United, and it's must-do business at this point. I don't think anybody in the chat, I don't think anybody online would say Martial's a player we should be keeping. Maguire, Brandon Williams, these are guys we need to sell. They really are, and United's doing well to be moving them on. Let's see where this goes. Lee is down there. United can compete. Amrabat and Jean-Claude Tobido done quickly before we have competition. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not too stressed about Stefan Amrabat. He seems to only want to come to Manchester United. Ronald is saying, will Højlund feature against Wolverhampton Wanderers? No, he will not be featuring against Wolves. Now, the Højlund situation is quite unfortunate. As we know, he came with a small injury. It looks like that might be slightly more serious than United had thought. So we do have an update coming in from this. Now, this is coming from Daily Mirror. So I haven't heard of the journalist before. I know the paper, and I know the news agency, but I don't know the journalist. So it's interesting what he says. I hope he's wrong, and Mr. Phil's right in saying he is injured. United are insisting basically it's about nursing the injury. It's about making sure he doesn't get more injured. And obviously, I understand that. I completely understand that. But United feel like it's not too bad. Coming in from this guy, Matt Hughes. Now, he has said Rasmus Højlund is nursing a back injury, which is likely to limit his playing time for Man United at the start of the season. An MRI scan conducted as part of the medical revealed a stress response hotspot in his back, which can be the start of a stress fracture in young players. For anyone who doesn't remember, that is the issue Marcus Rashford had with his back. It basically ruined the season where he only scored like 5 goals because of it. So he needs to be worked. He needs to be managed. Just take it easy on him. That's basically what Manchester United are saying. Sky Sports are saying West Ham are closing in on a compromise for Harry Maguire. Of course, the big one with Maguire, the big issue that we've had for a long time in moving this guy on has always been the wages. The wages have been absolutely massive in holding back Harry Maguire's transfer. And there does seem to be compromise coming. It looks like United are going to work something out with West Ham on those wages. I'm feeling very good about that, guys. I really am. Alexander says, Kobbie Mainoo needs to stay fit, or he's another gem. We need to move these players on and get fit and fresh legs to compete. We can tempt Man City for a miracle report. I don't think we're going to go for a miracle report. But I do agree on the Mainoo point. I think we need to move the likes of Maguire. We need to move McTominay, Fred, Van de Beek, guys like this on, and give some of the really good young players we have an opportunity. Because if you have a McTominay in the squad, a Van de Beek in the squad, that takes up minutes that could be going to Hannibal or could be going to Kobbie Mainoo, and that's a big difference. Nazar says for a while he will not be playing 2 games per week. No, he won't. United just need to manage him. We just need to look after him, treat him the way we need to. I'm not too stressed about that. I'm really not. We won't be playing 2 matches a week until middle of September. So he's got around 5 or 6 weeks to really get fit. I'm feeling all right about that. Daniel's done the chat. Good to see you, man. Mr. Phil says can't play 2 games a week. Not quite yet, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm really not. I think it'd be fine. I do. I really do. So 55 votes on the poll, and we have 56% saying Manchester United can challenge for the title next season. Loving the confidence, guys. I really, really am. Let's hope so. Let's seriously hope we can be doing that. 38% are going for top 4. We have 5% saying Europa League, and 2% have went for Conference League football next year. I really hope the 2% are wrong. I hope the 5% are wrong. I think we'll be up there. I do think we'll be up there. Really, really think a good season is coming for Manchester United. But guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Get those votes in and get the comments in as well. So let me just double check. There's some other stuff we wanted to go through on tonight's show as well. So feeling really positive on this one. Daniel saying, do you think Martial leaves this summer? I don't. I would love, absolutely love Martial to go. I would love to get money for him. I wouldn't mind if he left for free. My issue with Anthony Martial is nobody's going to take the guy on the money he's on with the price that United would want and the injury record. So it's just not going to happen. Ashid says the Fridge is not a bad player, just not for United. No, I would agree with that. He's a West Ham player. He's a Leicester City player. He's not a Manchester United player. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. There really isn't. Not every player is going to fit the Erik ten Hag way of playing. Not every player is going to be right for Manchester United. It doesn't make them a bad player. It just means they're not right for the system, not right for the team. Daniel says, predicting second this year, I think it's going to be City and then everyone else. I don't think you're too far wrong on that one. I really don't. Chihuahua Face is middle finger for the Glazers in the chat right now. Absolutely, guys. Glazer family out. We need to get them out. Like, this is a big frustration. There really hasn't been much in terms of the overall takeover in a long time, and it is concerning. It's starting to get that way. Let me see. Jeremy saying Martial to Saudi Arabia would be shrewd. It could be a good move for him. Big money, and United can at least move the guy on. Have some money coming in. That would be big for the club. Daz is saying Højlund should be the first player we bought, and he probably would be playing. He might be. It just depends on this injury issue. Stephanie, good to see you. Hope you're all right. Another great poll on and in the majority for once. Optimism FC, loving that one, Stephanie. Stephen as well saying Fred has been kept too long. He should have been gone last month. He should have. The big concern with Fred, the issue that's kept Fred at Manchester United at the moment, has been Galatasaray refusing really to match United's price. Now it's expected to go up. Other clubs are coming in. Fulham are back in the race for him. Saudi Arabian clubs are in. So I'm feeling confident that he will be sold. Darla saying, I'm confused about the Champions League thing. Early in the summer, someone mentioned United will miss out on the Champions League if the sales process is not over before the Champions League starts. No, that's not true at all. Don't worry about that. Sales process has nothing to do with Champions League. The only way it might do, or it could potentially do, is if you have severe financial issues like what Juventus had, where they've been kicked out of Europe. That's something that you could see. But United's not in that danger. United's not in that trouble, so nothing to worry about there. Freddie is saying, please let's rearrange and make it a priority to complete the deal of Amrabat before we lose him. Absolutely agree. It's so essential we get Sof and Amrabat. Going to make such a difference to this Manchester United team. He really is, and he's the type of player we need. The exact profile, the exact mentality, and the exact ability. Let's hope that we do go for him, and let's hope we get him. I think we will go for him. I think we will get him. I think it's just going to take that time. But he has proven that he wants to come to United above all others. Apparently he turned down Liverpool. Apparently he does not want to go to Bayern Munich. He doesn't want to go to Barcelona. He wants United. United's a move he's dreaming of. Let's hope he makes that move. Stephanie saying 22 likes. Yes, guys, big ups on the likes. Drop a like if you haven't already. Daniel says it's why Maguire suits England and usually plays better for them. Southgate defensive tactics suit him better. I wouldn't be too mad with Fred staying. Can be an alright squad option, but not a starter. He's not bad. He's a squad option, but we can improve on that. I do agree with what we were saying with Harry Maguire, by the way. So in a more defensive system, he looks great. He really does, because it's playing to his strengths. It's heading the ball out. It's clearing the ball out. It's not him playing on the halfway line. That just suits him better. That just works better with his game. Let me see. Chihuahua is saying, just joined, you seem good. Thank you very much for that one. I appreciate all the comments and the compliments. Let me see as well. Something I did want to go through with you guys. There's something Muppeteers did say earlier. Yeah, so talks continue over Harry Maguire. With more optimism, there is a deal possible, but details still to be addressed, including how the wages would be covered. Talks for Scott McTominay are on hold, but not ruled out completely. Still an appetite for a deal there. West Ham part depending on the Maguire outcome. So it's what we've been saying, guys. It's what we've been thinking all show. It's what we've been looking at all show. It's more likely it's going to be Maguire going over McTominay. If we can sell both, that's a massive bonus. It really is. But Maguire has to be the that has to be the priority. Jeremy says, Amrabat, he will Amrabat the better. Amra better the competition. That's a good one. Liman says, Stefan, would you tell Maguire? What would I tell Maguire if I was Eric Ten Hag? I don't think there's anything Eric Ten Hag can tell Harry Maguire that he hasn't already. I think taking the captain's armband off him, that had to hurt. That had to be a clear message. You're not my guy. And if it wasn't, then Harry Maguire must be he must have no idea of social behaviors or how to deal with people or how to be around people or how to talk to people, because that's not something players recover from. It's just not. If you have the captaincy took off you and you're still playing, you're not injured, you're not going to be out for ages, you're not close to retirement, that's a slap in the face. And I don't think Eric Ten Hag can really tell Harry Maguire anything else that he hasn't already. So I would agree with that. I think the only thing he could do would be to send Maguire to go train with the under 21s. And even at that, I don't think there's any real point. I don't think there's any need for it. Jarl is saying, what's surprising with the West Ham bid in last night? We need Amrabat, but we refused 60 for McTominay and Maguire. We could have been getting Amrabat today if we accepted it. Look, that's a good point. It is a good point. I think United want to drive the price up. I think United still back themselves to get that price up. It's going to be interesting to see what we can do. Alexander says, Fred, Maguire, Brandon Williams, McTominay, Van de Beek, Martial out, Amrabat, Tobido, Ivan Toney in. I'll celebrate, absolutely. And we can have Kane for free next season. And Lee says, I want to know, where's David De Gea going? I don't know where David De Gea is going. I haven't seen too much on him in the last couple of weeks. The last thing I've seen on De Gea was he was linked to Bayern Munich at one point, but that was about it, really. I do agree with what Alexander is saying, by the way. I think that's a good sales list. Fred, absolutely, I would sell. Maguire, I would sell in the morning. Brandon Williams is just never, ever going to be good enough. I would also add Scott McTominay. Just not going to be good enough. We should cash in now, take the money. I would say, Donny van de Beek, easy. Martial as well. So I wouldn't disagree with anybody Alexander has said there. Stephen is saying as well, Fred has been kept too long, should have left last month. He should have, ideally. It's just been a dragged out process. And I'm so fresh as well. Title is quite ambitious. I think when you look at the depth of City, it's a good point. It's a strong City team. It's going to be very hard to topple them this season. I think top four to... I think United's not a top four team. I think we're slightly above that. I think a good season for United league-wise is going to be in and around the mix for the league. I don't think we're going to win it. I don't think we can win it, but I think we can certainly be up there. Sean is saying, amazingly how reluctant Maguire is to go to West Ham, a team completely suited to the skill set. He can make him look like a world beater. Just let him sit on the edge of the box and head balls clear. I mean, yeah, look, that's exactly what it's going to be. It's head the ball clear the ball now, maybe pass out and kick it long for Jared Bowen running in behind. That's Harry Maguire's game. That is his game. And I think he's better being a big fish in a small pond as to being a fish that can't swim in the pond he's in. That's what I would describe it as. You know, it really is that simple. Ronald is saying, according to my opinion, Fred can stay, let Maguire leave, because he can let our defence become weak all the time. Yeah, it does. I agree with what you're saying, and I think Maguire causes panic. He causes worry in that defence, and we don't look confident. We look weak. We look shaky when he's on the pitch. And I watched it on Sunday with my own two eyes. Literally 3 rows from the pitch. The guy completely mistimed the pass, give it to Athletic Bilbao, and it cost them a goal. Ashid said, imagine if we win the Premier League, fans going to go crazy in a good way. Absolutely, man. We will be going crazy if we go anywhere close to winning the Premier League. And Lucky says, Fred wants to leave as well, 15 million. I hope so. I really hope we can get some money in for Fred. I think, yeah, he's a good squad player. He's a good professional. He works hard for the team, but we can do a lot better. And I think Amrabat is the upgrade on Fred. I really do. And I think he's going to make such a difference to the squad, to what we do on the pitch when he plays. It's going to be absolutely massive. Luman says, many United fan channels saying if Kane comes in, we're title contenders. Do you agree? It's a good question. I know I have seen people saying that. I think we could be. I think it puts us a lot closer. If Harry Kane comes in, he scores 35 to 40 goals. That across the season might be 4 or 5 extra wins. That would take United from last year being on 75 points to 87 points. Then you're right up there for a Premier League title. So it could work. It could happen. My question is the rest of this team ready? Is the rest of this squad ready? Where we can say just one last big player can bring us to the title? I don't know. And I think it was either maybe because Greg, maybe because Jeremy the other day said Harry Kane would be the icing on the cake, but the cake might not be fully baked yet. That's the question. We need to know if United's ready to do this. Let me see who else we've got down. Stephanie sent top 3, another trophy, and quarterfinal of Champions League would be a good season. That could be a season of progression. I do agree with that. Sean is saying when you say Nana shouting at the former captain in front of the cameras, you have to question Maguire standing in that dressing room. It's a good point. I wouldn't read too much into it. Onana does shout at everybody, but I mean, look, we definitely should be selling Harry Maguire. And if he has any sort of self pride, if he's any sort of professional reputation, guy needs to go. There we go. It was Jeremy. I knew it was Jeremy. And Charlie's saying as well, I think we're 4 top players away from being able to compete for the title. I think, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't maybe disagree. I think a right back, certainly, probably another striker, that's 2, maybe another centre back, and the sort of Amrabat midfielder. I guess that's 4. Yeah, I think I would agree with you there. Absolutely, I think that's a fair enough assumption to make. And I want to see more from this United team. I think the progression we need to see this season will be important. If we can keep progressing, if we can say at the end of this season, we are even better than we were last year, we are even stronger than we were. We've scored more goals, we've conceded less goals, we make better opportunities, we control the match better, we play better on the pitch week in, week out. That's going to be massive. And look, I think if United can improve that away form, that's going to be so key. And that's what Erik ten Hag has to be looking at. And I think Sofyan Amrabat's going to be a guy who comes in, really improves that away form. When we go away to the big matches, last season we had Christian Eriksen, we had Casemiro. Casemiro was overrun every match, every single match, because Christian Eriksen could not keep up with the legwork. He just could not do it. Mason Mount, yeah, he's got more legs than Christian Eriksen. He will do the running work. He will do the pressing work. Make no mistake about it. But if we can turn up with Sofyan Amrabat and Casemiro, that's going to be such a solid foundation in the middle of that pitch, protecting the backline, protecting Varane and Martinez, and it's going to help us progress up the pitch. Sofyan Amrabat, he is not just a ball-winning midfielder. This man has the most forward passes in Serie A last year. He has the most forward carries in Serie A last year, the most interceptions, most tackles. This man is an all-rounder, and he's going to make us so much better for being on that pitch. Sniperpad says, I wouldn't be disappointed if Fred stays. He's a good bench player. He has a high work rate. Maguire has to go. Love the show. Glazers out. Thank you very much for that one, man. Much appreciated. And absolutely Glazers out 100%. Sean is saying, Onana more influential signing than Kane. We struggled against top half teams last year who pressed us at the back, especially now we have an extra player who can beat the press. De Gea FA Cup final. Yeah, look, that's a good one. I think Sevilla away is another one. I would agree with that. My concern is Diogo Dalot going to be the new pressing target? Obviously, he's a lot better than what David Gea was on the ball. He will give the ball away far less, but I think that's the next clear upgrade we have to go for. I'm So Fresh says, seems weird how every deal has to go through one at a time, and we never seem to have 2 players in or out in a week. It's a good point, man. It really is. I've noticed this season, United tend to be dealing with a club at one time, and then we're dealing with the next player, but we never are negotiating with two clubs at the one time. I've noticed that throughout the summer. Stephanie says to be in a title challenge for any top side, you have to be lucky with no injuries to key players, hence squad depth needed. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Stephanie, and that's realistically how Arsenal managed to stay up in that title race for so long last season. That's how they managed to be so good last season. They were so lucky with those injuries. Injuries don't matter to Man City as much because they have an elite player on the bench ready just to walk in. So United need a bit of luck. Arsenal would need a bit of luck. Liverpool, City can probably have an unlucky season and still win the league. Paul is saying finishing second out of fifth is the worry. The incentives is changing every season. It's a good point. The fifth place Champions League, it's going to really concern me because what you might get come March time is teams just stepping off the gas in the league, saying, yeah, oh, okay, we've got like 10, 15 points on the team in sixth place. Because this normally happens, 1 to 5 are normally a long way clear of the rest. It might get to March and they might take it easy. They might have cup competitions and they say, let's rest a couple of league matches. Let's focus on trying to go further in the Champions League or further in Europa League. So you might see a less competitive league in a lot of aspects. That's a very, very good point. Alexander says as well, do you think United is about to get a break? Man City goes and gets Josko Gvardiol every season. They keep beefing up the defence. Man City, for me, is still the team to beat, but Ten Hag will get us there. I would agree with that. Look, they are the team to beat. They are the team to topple. If you want to be the best, you have to beat the best, and we have to beat Man City. And there's no hiding in a league competition. There's no hiding behind some lucky decisions. There's no hiding behind a fluky goal. It's not like a cup competition, a one-off match where anything can happen. The best team always wins the league because it comes across 38 different matches. If we want to beat City, if we want to win this title, we have to be better than them week in, week out, from week 1 to week 38. That's what we have to do. Let me see. Luman saying we already have Lucky saying with us always. And Freddie is saying as well, are we going to aim to be second in the league, win 2 trophies in the semi-final of the Champions League? Look, that could be a good season. It would be a good season. I would like to see us really push on. I'm not going to say in terms of overall league position because I don't think there's too much of a difference in 4th place and 3rd place and 2nd place. If you're finishing Champions League and not winning a trophy, it's all the same to me. It really is. I think what United need to do is look at improvements, look at the points tally, and I think that has to be the better target. That has to be what we were going for. So last season we got 75 points. Obviously, I think we can win 3 or 4 more matches across the season. Turn some losses into wins, some draws into losses. United could end up with 10 to 12 extra points. That could take us to 85 points, maybe plus. At that level, you're going to be either a very, very strong 3rd place or you're going to be a 2nd. You're going to be up there for a league. All depends. Lee says, I hope United can speak with De Gea and keep him for his loyalty because the fans are not so sure about Onana. Look, I'm positive about Andre Onana. I think the guy is going to be fantastic. I would like to see United, for respect purposes, give De Gea a testimonial or some sort of a send-off. I think that's what I'd be going for. Stephanie as well, good to see you. Thanks for joining in. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much for hopping on in with us. Tobido is a speedy Gonzalez. The more I watch, the more I want this guy. Very physical player, very good on the ball. I like Tobido. He's got an edge to him as well. Was sent off 3 times in the league last year for Nice, so I don't mind a bit of that. I really don't. Some bite in that pitch, it's nothing but a good thing. And Jeremy says we just need 4th and build a chemistry. Title charge happens next season. Lemon says, is Ten Hag under pressure as he has let go of so many players, replace them with new ones? No, I don't think so whatsoever. I think, yeah, look, he spent money, but everybody spent money. I've no problem whatsoever. And if we look at the team he walked into 12 months ago, it was the United team that had the lowest ever points tally in the Premier League. So it was the worst United team statistically in 30 years. So I'm not concerned about that. Ronald is saying Maguire is just my enemy and like United, let him go on loan. Yeah, look, and I guess anything would be better than nothing in a lot of regards. But if we can get £30 million for him, I mean, I'm going to drive him to the airport. I'm going to help him pack a suitcase. Absolutely. So 86 votes on the poll. We have 56% of you guys going for a title challenge, loving the confidence, really optimism from you guys. And we have 36% going for the top four finish as well. So most people seem to think we're going to finish high. I like that. I really do. I don't want to see United in Europa League. I don't want to see us in Conference League. Champions League or nothing. Winning a trophy or nothing. Going for a league title or nothing. That's what we want to see. Do I think we can do it? It's a good question. Depends on luck. Depends on other teams. We don't know what's going to happen. City could fall off the same way that Liverpool did last year and have a really bad start to the season. It might happen. It probably won't, but anything can happen. And it's just going to be an interesting time for Manchester United. It's going to be an interesting time for us. And I'm sure you guys are looking forward to it. I'm so excited for this Premier League season coming back. Drop a like in the video as well, guys. And if you guys are new as well, please consider hitting that sub button. Really helps grow the channel and grow the community as well. Absolutely fantastic chat, as you can see, every single night. And we will be live plenty of times across the entire season. So make sure to stay tuned for all that coming up. Let me check as well. Want to see if anything's coming out for you guys. What have we got here? David Moyes has promised Harry Maguire he will become West Ham captain if he joins, according to some reports coming out tonight. What is it with Harry Maguire and walking into clubs and becoming the captain? It's a strange phenomenon that's happening in football at the moment. If that's going to be the difference in him going and staying, then yeah, absolutely. Like, David Moyes, do whatever you have to do. Give the guy your car if that's what it's going to take. I hope we get him sold. I really do. I'm so fresh says, do you think we will start hearing thoughts of players who want to leave the club this year? I'm surprised De Gea hasn't had a complaint about his time yet. I don't think so. I think De Gea has too much respect for the club. I really do. We might see stuff from other players. If Dean Henderson goes, some things might be said. If Eric Bailly goes, some things might be said. If Maguire goes, some things might be said. So it's going to be interesting. It really is. It's definitely going to be an interesting couple of months. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And look, guys, let's just hope we get this transfer business done, because this is what it's coming down to. It really is going to be make or break time for United's transfer window. It's good bringing in Højlund. It's good bringing in Mount, Onana. But now we need to move some players on. If we can sell well, invest the rest into players that we really need, United's going to be a much better team for it. We really will, guys. Any more thoughts, guys? Make sure to get them in down below. Big ups for 30 likes as well on the stream. Thank you very much for that one. And what have we got? 87 votes. 56% of you guys think a title challenge is a possibility. I have to say, guys, I'm loving that conference. I really am. So I'm going to have a look as well at my notes here, because there was some other stuff we wanted to go through with you guys. So let me just quickly run through this. There's some stuff on Donny van de Beek, some stuff on Fred as well. And this could be interesting news. So, first and foremost, Alfredo Padilla has said Stefan Amrabat has rejected offers from West Ham and Saudi Arabia. He only wants to join Manchester United, and in this week, the move is expected to advance. Anthony, good to see you, man. Thank you very much for hopping on with us. So, I'm feeling really good about this one as well, guys. You know, we've been talking about the sales. We've been looking at Maguire's, McTominay's, Fred's, Van de Beek's. We got a top class player potentially coming into Manchester United, and that's always something to be very excited about. And Amrabat, make no mistake about it, this is a guy who caught the eye at the World Cup. His performances in that World Cup, they were brilliant. I think he can go on and be even better for this Manchester United team. And think about what he's going to bring: the passing ability, the tackles, the work rate, the progression, the way he gets the ball and drives it up the pitch. This man is going to be absolutely brilliant for Manchester United. What a signing he would be. And at that price, at 25 million, that is the value for money signing of Manchester United summer. It might be one of the best value for money signings across the entire summer. It really might be, guys. And I would absolutely love us to be signing Stefan Amrabat for that money. Let me see. Up to 90 votes in the poll, and most of you guys are thinking we can challenge for the title. Maybe it's us being confident. Maybe it's us being United fans through and through, and we want to see United win the league. We want to see United high up that league table. Man, it would feel good. I feel like it's been a long time since we've genuinely talked about United being capable of going for a league title, of being a contender. So I think the progress is undeniable. I think the work Ten Hag is doing is undeniable. And I think we're going to see it. A good start to the window, a good start to this league season will be absolutely massive. We go again, first day of the season. We play Wolves on Monday. I expect us to win that match. We play Spurs. I think we can beat Spurs. I think we can beat Nottingham Forest. And then we go to the Emirates. That's going to be a big match. If we can go to the Emirates, having won the first 3 matches, what a difference that's going to make. It really is, because then we kind of get a free hit at it. I think we can go to the Emirates and win. We were very unlucky not to at least get a point in the last time at the Emirates. I think United can turn up there and win. I really do. And if we can go 9 or 10 points, maybe even 12 from 4, that could be United right up there. Anthony, very, very good to see you as well, man. Glad that you're happy to be here. I'm happy to have you here with us, of course. Very, very happy to have everybody with us tonight on Tuesday. So big ups to you guys. Jared is saying Stefan and Tobido about 50 to 55 million, and we might get 65 from Maguire and McTominay. We will have a problem with homegrown players. I don't think so. We will have Marcus Rashford. We will have Luke Shaw. We will have Mount. We'll have Sancho. So there's enough English players there. If we're looking at academy players, yeah, I still think we're going to be fine. Marcus Rashford, of course, counts as one of those players. Mane will count, Garnacho will count, even Tom Heaton counts as well. Johnny Evans, if we sign him as well, all technically academy graduates. So I'm not too worried about that. There's ways around it. I mean, Man City have Scott Carson in there. I think he counts as a homegrown player for them, even though he's never played. But yeah, guys, really, really liking the thought of this Tobido move. I really am. For me, I think it's going to be interesting. I think he could maybe cover in on that right back spot from time to time as well. So, very versatile player. Very, very good on the ball. Very, very top level player. And it's going to make United a better team for it. Absolutely. We're having news coming in as well. Manchester United will make a 26 to 27 million euro bid, plus bonuses for Stefan Amrabat this week, which is likely to be accepted. All depends on sales. That's coming in from Italian sources. We'll wait to see if any of the big guns, any of the Ornsteins or Manus pick up on that story, as always. But I think it's good to know that things like this could be happening. Let's wait for the confirmation. Anthony is saying as well, Amrabat and Tobido will be transformational for this team. But do you think that if we sell all the trio of McFred and Donny, we should get another midfielder with Amrabat? It's a good question. I don't think we need it as much. I think a striker, if we're going to bring in another player on top of that. Because look, the midfield will probably be Casemiro, Mount, Bruno, Amrabat, Eriksen, Kobe Menu. We might still have Hannibal. We probably still have Dan Gore in there. So there's enough depth in there. There's enough quality. I'm not too worried about that. Lisandro Martinez can step in if needed. Plenty of options in there. There really is. I think it's interesting that David Moyes is promising captain's armbands to Harry Maguire. If that's going to be the difference in him going or not, I've no problem about it at all. Coming in from Alfredo Padilla as well, Erik Ten Hag has 2 priorities before the window closes: Jean-Claire Tobido and Stefan Amrabat. 2 good players, 2 players I think we're going for, 2 players I want us to sign. Let's hope we get those deals over the line. And as well as that, coming in, what have we got here? Erik Ten Hag would like to keep hold of Scott McTominay, but offer of more than £40 million would be accepted. Harry Maguire's situation is much more open and talks are ongoing with West Ham. A deal could be becoming closer, according to Laurie Whitwell. So very, very good news on all those sale fronts. Very good news on the players coming in. I think it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. I really do. Let's find out where we're going to go. We might be sitting here in 3 weeks' time and it's not gone to plan. We might be sitting here in 3 weeks' time. We sold Amrabat. Sorry, we bought Amrabat. We bought Tobido. We've sold Maguire. We sold Martial, McTominay, Fred, Henderson. We could be sitting here on a 6 out of 10 window, or we could be sitting here on an 8 or 9 out of 10. That's the difference here. The next couple of weeks will be crucial. This is what we call the real deal maker. This is the bonus makers for this window, and it's going to be very, very interesting to be covering all this with you guys as always. Everton are not in for Harry Maguire. I mean, look, it's going to be West Ham or nothing. Any thoughts on the new kit as well, guys? Let me know your thoughts on that one. I actually thought it was quite nice. I wasn't a fan of it in the leaked photos, but I think it looks very nice today. Jeremy says, I think that's where Hannibal and Manu will come in. Anthony says as well, for a team that's looking at dethroning City and competing for the title, do you think the kids can step up? I really doubt that they're ready. I think some of them can. I think two of them can. I think Garnacho can and will. I think Kobe Manu can and will. Hannibal's a question. I think midfield we're probably okay. Casemiro, Amrabat, Ericsson, Mount, Bruno. That's a very good midfield. Throw in Kobe Manu in there. We can play Sancho in that number 10 position if needed as well. I think we're okay for midfielders. Sniper Pat says we're usually up for the big games, but lower mid tables and we can get caught out, Brighton, etc. Am I wrong? No, not really. That has been a historical thing. I would say last season, away to any team in the top 10, we were very, very poor against them. But I think United can and will be better this season. I think Amrabat and Casemiro, that's going to be a massive, massive pairing in the middle of the pitch. It's going to be so big for this team. And that's really going to make a big difference. It really is, because with those two, we will have the solidity needed to be able to not be broke upon, to not be carved open. I think one of the biggest reasons we struggled in the big matches last year was Christian Eriksen just not having the legs. He just doesn't have it. So I think United will be better. I think we will be better off this season. I do agree that some of the lower mid-table clubs can be an issue, but I just think United, with some better finishing, with some better goal scoring in that team, and with better playing out of the back, better midfield balance, I think it's going to be a much, much better team. Fred and McTominay, they're good. They're good for me, at least. We still have Van de Beek. Terry, good to see you. Hope you're well, man. Look, I don't mind Fred and McTominay, and I don't mind them because they work hard. They try their best. We know they're not great players, but they do try their best. My thing is, there is clear and obvious upgrades. There's better players out there who will be able to do the same amount of running, the same hard work, and still be a better player. That's why I think we should be upgrading. Anthony says Tottenham beating Barcelona friendly and absolutely dominating Barcelona without Kane. And is cooking. Yeah, look, he's a good manager. Make no doubt about it. Pre-season's one thing as well, guys. We can't read too much into pre-season. I remember Louis van Gaal pre-season. We went out and beat Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man City, Liverpool, AC Milan. We beat everybody convincingly. We beat them off the pitch. Then we went out in the first match. We lost to Swansea. We got beat 4-0 by MK Dons. We conceded 5 against Leicester. So, pre-season, it's hard to judge. Good performances, we always want to say them as well. Ronnie is down there. My favourite United top this season has to be the stripy green one. Oh man, I don't know. Like I just look at it and think Newcastle United top. I don't know why. I love that away top. I thought it was really good. I loved the video today. Thought it looked really good. I'm so fresh says, do you think we show too much loyalty to weaker players? McTominay and Maguire are good examples. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Look, I always put this argument out here. If we want to compete with Manchester City, we have to be as ruthless as what Man City would be. Pep Guardiola walked in and he got rid of Joe Hart. He got rid of so many fullbacks at that club. Clichy, the Sanyas. He got rid of Zabaleta eventually. He let go of Toure. He moved players on so quickly. He was so ruthless with them. Does Erik ten Hag have the ability to do the same? Can we cut the players who aren't good enough? That's what it has to be. Earlier in the window, we were saying United didn't want to let Maguire go because we would have to go out and sign a replacement. We need to be ruthless. We need to cut the players who are not good enough because they're just not going to get good enough at any point. Maguire suddenly isn't going to become a guy who's fast and can play on the halfway line. McTominay suddenly isn't going to become a guy who can play 60 or 70 passes in a match. These are the realistic things. There's some things you can improve. You can improve a player's fitness. You can improve their confidence. You can improve their consistency. We've seen that with Rashford. We've seen it last year with Bruno. But do we back Erik ten Hag to be able to make Harry Maguire an Olympic sprinter? No, it's not going to happen. So we need to cut. We need to cut some of the players not good enough. Lucky Singh is down there as well. Good to see you. Jarlath saying, haven't seen this CL before. The qualifiers are happening. Galatasaray got Lady Luck on their side 1 minute, and VAR has disallowed 2 goals. Liman says, aren't Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka weak players? Not Luke Shaw for me. I think Shaw is brilliant. I don't think there's an issue with Wan-Bissaka in terms of his work rate. I think he adds a lot to the team. He's not good enough on the ball for me. That's my concern. I think that's maybe a next season upgrade. I do. I think maybe a right back is something we look at next season. No worries about Luke Shaw for me at all. I think he's absolutely superb. Jeremy says, I think Eric Ten Hag proved the mettle against Ronaldo. Maguire doesn't stand a chance. No, look, he's let go of bigger and better players who have had much more of success and much more of a legacy at this football club. He's let Ronaldo go. He let De Gea go. He dropped Marcus Rashford for being 40 seconds late. He dropped Garnacho from the squad last year for a while before he worked his way back in. So Eric Ten Hag is not afraid to make the big decisions, and Harry Maguire is no bigger than Eric Ten Hag. He will fall victim to Ten Hag's ruthlessness if it comes down to it. Ura is saying as well, what's the injury situation with Højlund and how long will he be out? It's not very clear. So with Rasmus Højlund, I can actually see Gift down there. I'm good. I hope you've been good. Oh, Limon says Delo not sure. I think Delo's weak. I said it in the watch along the other day. I think he is being targeted. I think his form after the World Cup has really gone downhill. So I think he's a lot of work to do to get back to that level. What was Ura saying? Yes, the injury situation with Højlund. So here's what I will say on this one. He will be out injured for a while. It looks to be an issue with his back. Now, the Daily Mail tried to say that he won't be playing a lot of football, that he's badly injured, that he's going to be out, and he won't be playing 2 matches a week or nothing. I don't think that's true. I haven't seen anything from United to suggest that's true. Haven't seen it from anybody else. And it's been a long time since the medical took place. If other sources come out and say it, let's find out. But I think I think he has an issue. I think it will take some rest for him to get better. But I'm not too worried about it. I'm really, really not. Limon says, why are so many players getting injured in pre-season? It's a good question. I think a lot of it's to do with the intensity, and a lot of people are trying to. It's across different clubs. I mean, Nkunku is out for Chelsea for like 3 or 4 months. Like, it's clubs. I think the thing is, clubs are going so intense with pre-season at the moment because they know if they want to win the league, if they want to have any hope of challenging Man City, they have to win every single match. That's how you have to approach the season. You have to go in all guns blazing. You have to be ready from the second that whistle goes at the weekend. For match day 1, you have to be ready, and you do not stop going until the very end of match day 38. And you have to keep going. That's what you have to do. So that's why I think we're starting to see it more. Let me see as well. Gift is asking, why are McTominay refusing? Why are you now refusing to sell McTominay and Maguire? I don't know. I think they're trying to get good prices. I think they're trying to balance the books, but we're gonna find out. Let's hope they do sell them. I really hope we get them moved on. Mino was a freak accident. Yeah, that was an unfortunate one. It was just Casemiro tackled Rodrigo. Rodrigo fell onto Mino. Mino got injured. Nothing we can do to stop that. Terry says Ten Hag is just the manager to lead us back to glory. Give him time. Look, he's going to need time. We're going up against Pep Guardiola's Man City. It's going to take time. This might be a season too soon. We are going to find out. I think we'll be closer. I really do. Ronnie is saying West Ham have announced that if Maguire signs, they're going to make him club captain. I think this is looking good. It is. I'm So Fresh says apparently some of the pitches used in preseason are causing impact injuries. Yeah, I think that's the issue when we're looking at NFL style pitches in America. They're not designed for football. That might be an issue as well. There, it's a good point. But yeah, like certainly there's a lot of things will lead into injuries. There really, really is. Let's just hope United can avoid injuries for the next while. Gift is saying 70 is okay. Maguire is 30 and almost finished. I mean, yeah, he's not getting better. He's just not. Not at this point of his career. It will not happen for Harry Maguire at this point of his career. I think he needs to move on. I think he needs to make the most of the time he has left in the game. I think genuinely, if he sits at United for the next year or two, doesn't play football, and then he leaves on a free agent at 32, 33, he will regret it. I think he needs to make the most of his career. I think he needs to make the most of the time he has left in the Premier League, and I think he should be leaving Manchester United because that England spot isn't going to stay there forever. He needs to play football to have it. Eventually, at some point, Gareth Southgate will have to look at other players. Let's just find out what's going to happen. Ira says, I sense Højlund will stay out for a long time if care is not taken. I'm having a bad feeling about this. I wouldn't be too worried about it now. It's only been the Daily Mail saying it. So until we see the likes of Fabrizio Romano or Ornstein, The Athletic, some really, really top level reporters saying it, I wouldn't be too concerned. Amit is saying as well, Maguire club captain, and my foot, I don't care, just leave us alone, Maguire. And Derry says Maguire will suit West Ham. He will suit West Ham, and look, I agree. I think the guy just needs to move. It's the smartest thing for him. It's the best thing for his career, best thing for Manchester United. And it's the best thing for West Ham. This is a deal made in heaven between three people who all want the same thing. We want to sell Maguire. They want to buy Maguire. Maguire should want to join them. If that happens, I see no issues with this whatsoever. I think it will happen. Terry, you're absolutely right, though. He will suit West Ham. He will not be a bad player for West Ham United. And look, if you're talking about a guy who's very good at winning the ball in the air, very good at tackling, very good at defending his penalty box, he will be fine at West Ham. He really will. He will do good, and he will do bits. I have no confidence whatsoever that he will fail. Gift says, can't wait to watch Højlund and Amrabat. No, I'm looking forward to that one. Hopefully we get Tobido on top of that as well. It'll be a lovely, lovely end to the window. And if we go into if we come out of this window, guys, with Tobido and Mount and Højlund and Amrabat and Onana, that is a brilliant, brilliant window by anybody's stretches of the imagination. Let me see. Nazir is saying as well, some players just let themselves go when they return. They train aggressively in such a short period of time to impress the manager, and then it takes one silly mistake to get an injury. It's a good point. I think that would definitely add to the muscle injuries. I think impact injuries are different. When we see some bad tackles, there's nothing we can really do about that. Gift says, I'm watching you from Zambia. Thank you very much, man. I'm coming live and direct from Ireland. So, look, this is amazing. Like, this is a small channel, and I always say this. And like, I'm sure people have heard me say this a million times. This is a small channel. There's only what, like, 1,700 people subscribed. We're a small channel. There's people all over the world who watch this channel, and we sit and talk about football. And it's not a money thing. It's not a business, because this is just a community. This is why I do it, because I love talking football with you guys. Terry says, what's the update on Højlund? And we got an issue with his back. It seems to be some stress points on it. It could lead to a stress fracture, apparently, but I'm not too concerned about it. I'm really not too worried about it at the moment. Until we see some guys like the Romanos, like the Ornsteins, saying, yeah, he's going to be out for a while. I don't buy it. I really don't. It's strange that there's only one report on it. It's strange that nobody else has picked up in the story. So I'm not too concerned about that. I think it's interesting Maguire offered the position of West Ham captain. I mean, that's going to be an interesting one if he goes there. Any more thoughts, guys? Make sure you get them in down below. Can see something happening there as well. Oh, big ups, 40 likes as well. Gift says, why can't we buy Kane because Højlund has injuries? What do you think? Look, Harry Kane would be the difference in finishing like a fourth and maybe finishing third, or finishing third and finishing second. He might even be enough to take you from second to first. I just don't think Daniel Levy's going to sell the guy. I really don't. And as much as I want it to happen, as much as I would absolutely love to see Harry Kane at United, I don't think it's going to happen. Sim is saying, how did he pass the medical? And Amit says, you're the best, watching from, was that Abuja? Honestly, guys, I'm not the best. I just try my best for you guys. So thanks so much for that. In relation to what Sim is saying there as well, how did he pass the medical? See, that's the thing, guys. I think if he had a serious back injury that could be a broken back, would we have passed his medical? I don't think so. I really don't. And that's why I'm doubting that United, that this is a true story. It really is. And I mean, I know United sometimes run as a stupid club. I know we don't make smart decisions all the time, but I have a very hard time believing Manchester United could go out of our way and buy a player with a broken back. Anthony says the Højlund injury is worrisome. The medical team are trying to tell us they didn't see the injury through the medical. I'm angry. No, they did say that. They did say that, to be fair. That's why there was a bit of a delay. The medical took place on Tuesday. He wasn't announced until Saturday. There was issues there with visas and stuff. There was an issue with the injuries they did detect. But originally we were told this was a knee injury, and then we were told it's a back injury, and now they're trying to tell us it's a broken back. I don't believe that for a second. And look, I don't think United would have signed him if we knew he had a broken back, and he wouldn't have been in training for Atalanta if his back was broken. So that's just my opinion. And Nazir says as well, just come across your channel today. I'm pleased to say it's a lovely channel. Just subscribed, and definitely be a regular. Looking forward to seeing all the future broadcasts. No, thank you so much, man. Very much appreciated. Big ups to anybody who has subscribed to the channel on tonight's stream. Really appreciate it, guys. I am going to end the stream here, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to be recording a video, and probably going to do that now actually as well. Going to do the Premier League predictions 1 through 20. So make sure to keep an eye out for that dropping probably Thursday, but one to keep an eye out for as well. So thank you so much for joining in, guys. I will see you all at the same time tomorrow at 7:30. So big ups, guys. Have a good Wednesday. Have a good Tuesday night, wherever you guys are up to. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.